As we approach the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, it is a privilege for New Acropolis to partake in this national initiative of seeking inspiration in the legacy of Gandhiji and making it relevant for our times today. As the President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, said in his first meeting with the National Committee for the commemoration of this occasion, Gandhiji does not belong to India alone. He remains one of India's greatest gifts to humankind. And today, we honor this occasion by drawing inspiration from the example of Gandhiji and his relentless pursuit of truth. At New Acropolis, we recognize that for change to be sustainable, it must begin with ourselves. And this was a belief that was certainly echoed in Gandhiji's actions and words. New Acropolis is a school of philosophy present in over 60 countries. An organization run completely by volunteers. We have three key pillars at our foundation. The first being philosophy, which literally translates to love of wisdom. Not an intellectual knowledge, but the ability to put knowledge into action, and the wisdom to live in line with truth. The second is culture, which is the legacy of humanity, and that celebrates and reminds us what it means to be a human being. And the third is volunteering, which embodies the spirit of service, a natural outcome of living in line with wisdom, living life as a philosopher, and fulfilling our potential as human beings. We are deeply honored to have a very distinguished forum of changemakers and leaders from a variety of fields with us here today, who through their example demonstrate the need for universal principles and values at the core of leadership. Empowering Real Change, Leadership for a Better World, is the third event in this series. And to introduce the vision behind Empowering Real Change, I invite the curator of the event and director of New Acropolis Cultural Organization, Yaron Barzilay.
I'd like first to thank all of you for coming here. For us, it's already a great success. Guests and friends. I also want to thank the very dear speakers for coming here to share something of the knowledge and experience. Some of you came from very far, and all of you have made a great effort to be here. And we want you to know that we highly appreciate it. We are so grateful for all the wonderful endorsement letters that we have received throughout today's event. I also want to thank the sponsors for the great generosity and most valuable support, as well for the media partners. And a very big thanks to all the Acropolitans volunteers who worked tirelessly for many months to make this happen, including those who come all the way from Bangalore to be with us today. Thank you. Today's conference is already the third Empowering Real Change event that New Acropolis organized in Mumbai. This year, we choose to relate the idea of real change with the concept of leadership for a better world, as leadership is definitely needed in order to promote a positive change. Above all, we need to lead ourselves before leading others. We are not looking to adopt only a sense of doing, just to silence our consciousness for a while. We really want to know how can we look for a real and sustainable change. How can we make things better? We therefore need to look at it from a fresh philosophical point of view, and even there speaking of the pursuit of truth and wisdom, as it's equally vital to act in order to be a philosopher. If philosophy is the love of wisdom, it is also the love of the good, the beautiful, and the just, as expressed by Plato and other philosophers. Truth is the first thing to be sought for, and beauty and goodness will then be added onto you. Truth is the first thing to be sought for, and beauty and goodness will then be added to you, said Mahatma Gandhi. Can one search for the good without doing good, without being good? Such was the vision 60 years ago of Professor Livraga, the founder of New Acropolis, speaking of a new and better world by new and better human beings. And it continued to be a living inspiration for many of us, for many men and women today. Know the self is a fundamental principle of philosophy. It is about the discovery of the self, of the world around us. It is about mindfulness, awareness, purpose, joy, ethic, and right action. It is therefore but natural that we connect this idea of empowering real change toward the 150 years birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, marked in October next year. Who else can better represent the idea of leadership in the pursuit of truth? How many openly shared with us their personal experiment with truth? How many leaders spoke about their own life as a message that they want to leave behind to others? In India, the ancient Upanishad continue to remind us, truth alone triumphs. Mahatma Gandhi resonated with this fundamental when he says, truth alone will endure, all the rest will be swept away before the tide of time. Can we utter the word sustainability without referring to reality? Reality as underlying truth? At a time in which post-truth, false news become too commonly used word, it is precisely for this reason why we speak today about the need of real change based on the pursuit of truth, philosophy, of what is real. A real direction is needed in a search for higher perspective. It may not save us from making many mistakes, but if our search is sincere, we will be ready to learn, to correct ourselves. It is exactly for this reason why we look at Gandhi as a source of inspiration, of leadership for a better world. Just as he has been for so many people in India and all over the world. In our conference today, we wish to learn from our wonderful speakers who are themselves leaders and change makers in various fields. What does it take to make a positive change? What did they learn from their own experience? Not only what needs to be done, but maybe much more what needs to be. What one needs to be. How to aspire and inspire a positive and sustainable change around us. What should be the right approach to take? And we are going to conclude the conference today with learning New Acropolis wishes to share with affiliate associations in more than 60 countries. With close to 500 centers we have across the world and many thousands of volunteers and participants. We would then like to invite them to follow the same and mark together with us this special birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and his most relevant example of philosophical leadership, so much needed in today's world. It is without doubt that our world needs a change. We need a change. We need to change. Many see this as well, but how exactly should it be expressed? As a social, educational, or economical change? Should we pass new laws and enforce stricter rules to guard nature, to guard the animals, the climate, to foster a more ecological approach? Will all of this be enough? It seems that the list of challenges only grows, as does the variety of proposed remedies. We have many means today that we never had before, but despite this, hunger and disease have not disappeared from the world, and certainly not greed. Clearly, progress and technology do not necessarily serve the just cause. We are aware of increasing power of technology, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and data collection system. These are all great means that indeed enable humanity to march forward. But they also present a great danger, which seems sometimes much more real in the absence of guided responsibility and any real ethic. Can the world be better place, without the aspiration of individual to be better? Can the world be a better place without the aspiration of each individual to be better? Is a real positive change possible without a change in man, his consciousness, his approach toward himself, and the world around him? Even this question of such an approach toward a positive change, the need to discern between what is right and what is less right, seem to be rejected today. There is a general denial of the very existence of truth, of a universal reality, one that is inclusive, objective one that we must refer to in order to build sustainable structures. In a world so heavily bombarded by an overwhelming quantity of information and stimulation, with a constant increase in speed and movement, it seems almost natural to adopt an indifferent approach to what we read, what we hear, what we see. It is very easy to develop a general apathy toward the world around us, where real-life tragedies are folded together with entertainment, and the boundary between fact and fiction disappear. A world without truth is a world without direction, without meaning, without goal, and without concrete values. Certainly, such a world is incapable with dealing with crisis. Or maybe on the contrary, it amplifies them and might even be a central cause of them. If we find the main cause of the great crisis within men, it also must follow that within us lies the solution, the ability to become what we would like to see in the world. The goal is therefore the revival of men. Such is exactly the philosophical way of life, a living philosophy that is expressed in action and in being, and in the good that we assimilate into ourselves. It is a way by which the hands act in harmony with the heart and with the mind, in service, devotion, and tireless learning. The philosophical education teaches us that essentially we are in a state of unity with life that beats throughout the whole universe. We ourselves, an active force of life, therefore a real force of change, a force of hope. Faced with today many challenges which may lead us toward an abyss, how can we not hear the call and notice the great opportunity? Because challenges do not necessarily lead us to an abyss. It is always within our power. Nobody can really take away from us this ability to choose, to respond, and to take charge of the history we are part of. Philosophy can build bridges between the past and the future. It enables a real transformation of the heart, the necessary passage from egoism to altruism, and the ability to embrace the other. It demands the development of a better economy, education, science, technology, political engagement, art, culture, and society as a whole. It in fact breathes new life into each of these vital aspects and leads a real revolution, because a revolution of awareness, perception, and purpose is really needed. Philosophy, the love of wisdom, can offer the possibility of real change within us and within the world, the possibility of renewal and revival. It can transform a desperate need into a glorious hope. In the word of Mahatma Gandhi, a seeker, a philosopher, a seeker after truth, a follower of the law of love, cannot hold anything against tomorrow, cannot lose hope. Like the main hero in Plato's allegory of the cave, Gandhiji is a searcher for the light of the sun outside of the cave of shadows, of illusion, while in the same time struggling to serve the others who are still inside. This is a classical representation of the ideal of the philosopher-politician, in the most noble sense of the word. It's very interesting to note that perhaps the most globally known quotation of Gandhi, correct me, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world," may have never been said by him. Therefore, while we prepared for the conference for almost a year, we decided not to use it, because he never said that. And you didn't hear me saying that. Nevertheless, it showed beautifully how it's well described, Gandhiji, and what he touched to so many hearts around the world. An inspiration from Gandhi of what comes out so strongly from his thought and actions. To dare to be the change we wish to see. So simple, yet so strong and so correct. Our aim today in this conference is not to suggest to become a Gandhian, a follower. It is in any case a personal take for each individual to decide what to follow. But yes, we do want to revive the spirit of daring to offer a change. Change to our own personal example, to our own life. Change to foster a leadership for a better world. Through today's panels, we would like to explore different angles of educational, economical, social, ecological, and philosophical approaches. Approaches that go beyond the dry solutions. We are searching for a practical attitude, an attitude that considers real sustainable change. I wish all of us to have a wonderful day today, to enjoy, full with inspiration. It is with great pleasure that I invite both Sangeeta and Kurush to share with us some of the very kind messages we received to our today's events, first from the Prime Minister of India and also from the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Thank you very much.
Message from the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. I am pleased to learn that a conference on the theme Empowering Real Change, Leadership for a Better World is being organized by the new Acropolis Cultural Organization on the occasion of the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. When the country was yearning for freedom, Mahatma Gandhi developed a collective sense of purpose amongst the people. Such was the commitment to the ideals of freedom that every task, every action or endeavor performed was dedicated to the nation. In using the charkha, keeping surroundings clean, making salt, in every task, Bapu inculcated a national consciousness. One of the firm beliefs of Mahatma Gandhi was that it is only through a Swachh Bharat, clean India, that we can ensure a Samriddha Bharat, a prosperous India. It is a matter of pride that today the nation is walking in his footsteps with immense vigor and hope. Due to wide-scale participation of people, cleanliness has become a mass movement. We as a nation must come together to fulfill our collective destiny, to build a new India of opportunity, economic development, and social empowerment. Leadership is crucial. Mahatma Gandhi showed that effective leadership combines the power of example and action. Acting upon ideals and leading by example is the best form of leadership. It fills me immense hope and happiness to see the young generation coming forward to take the lead in ushering a social transformation. I appreciate the efforts of the new Acropolis Cultural Organization in providing a platform to develop leadership for a better world inspired by the ideals of Mahatma Gandhi. I am positive that the conference will be instrumental in leveraging the strength of quintessential Indian ideals that Bapu symbolized. I convey my best wishes to the organizers and hope that the conference attains its goals.
A message from the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shri Devendra Fadnavis. Today, we are members of a global culture in which the socio-cultural environment is being radically transformed. Our cultural horizon today embraces almost all the planet. Societies have become less and less monocultural. Different cultures are developing in such a way that it's no longer possible to think of adaptation to a homogeneous environment. Globalization can lead us to cutthroat competition and a rejection of even one's own valuable culture and traditions. It can also contribute to a new cooperative human society and a more caring and compassionate human being. The right attitude towards globalization can serve as a vehicle for promotion of interconnectivity and interdependence. A healthy, happy society is one in which all its members feel included and do not feel that they are excluded from the processes of the society because of their color, culture, caste, religion, gender, or community. We must understand that our own life and long-term peace, prosperity, and happiness is endangered if societies are not built on inclusivity. Peace and security are facing new challenges that could have negative implications if we do not address them positively. Against this backdrop, it is praiseworthy that New Acropolis Cultural Organization is celebrating the 150th birth anniversary of Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi, and to mark the celebration, an event with the theme Empowering Real Change, Leadership for a Better World has been organized. I congratulate New Acropolis Cultural Organization to have taken this initiative as a tribute to Mahatma Gandhiji's legacy, and I wish all success in their future initiatives also.